Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to Profit First. And with me today, I've got Amy Cahill from Quick Fox. So, firstly, a big hello to you, Amy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem at all. And for the people that are actually watching this, that actually don't know who you are and what you do, perhaps you could give us a bit of background.
Probably quite a few people. So, my name is Amy Cahill. I'm the co-founder of Quick Fox Labs. We've been running for nearly 5 years now, which makes me feel really old. And we are a digital marketing agency. So we're growth specialists. We specialize in paid media advertising.
Fantastic, good stuff. And I've mispronounced your name already, but I'm okay to carry on with this if you are.
Yeah, of course.
Good stuff. So, okay, so obviously a lot has gone on. In fact, could I just ask you a quick question? When did you actually found the business, Amy?
A month before COVID.
A month before COVID. Wow, I know a few people that started about the same time, or just
Seems to
into
be a
COVID.
popular time to start. I don't know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think a lot of people sort of maybe they just had a rethink about their situation. They got a bit of time to breathe, and I think a lot of people thought differently and made some big life changes and business changes. So well, firstly, congratulations, because now we're how many years now? 2.5 years in, 3.5 years in.
Yeah.
Most businesses don't get past the first year. So firstly, congratulations to you and everyone else that's watching this that's got a fledgling business as well. Obviously you went into COVID. What went through your minds as we went into COVID when you first started, sorry?
Honestly, I think it was less about business, but more personal. Like, you're personally concerned about the world and the people in it. So, obviously it's a shock when you start a business and huge economic changes, because you just don't know what the landscape's going to look like. People are going to struggle, other businesses are going to struggle. So obviously that causes uncertainty. But I think because of the industry we were in, not that we knew it at the time, but we were quite well placed to respond to the situation that arose, because of course everyone went online.
Absolutely, they did. So did you have some sort of contacts from older businesses that you could bring into Quick Fox, or did you have to start from scratch?
Gosh, I can't remember. No, we didn't. No, I didn't carry. I was a client side marketer, so I worked client side. So I only had the businesses. I'd only had 4 or 5 businesses I worked in and a few contacts. So actually there wasn't any previous business that we carried. So all the businesses that we gained at the beginning were new contacts or contacts, referrals, people that had heard what we're doing, knew us, and put people in touch, which was great.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice sort of starting from scratch, although that sometimes is a tough way of doing
It's
it.
terrifying.
Absolutely. So what would you say your early wins were within the business then, Amy?
I think for us, some of the early wins were just getting a good amount of clients that we knew that we could service well. So we're not really growth at all costs. That's not really where our business stands. But we got the clients that we knew that we could deliver results on, and we actually delivered great results. So getting those case studies and getting the businesses that we knew we could get those case studies from, and then showcase the work that we did, that was a absolutely core driver of the success of the business moving forward, because then they obviously referred people. So I don't think that was a conscious strategy, but that was kind of how the success grew.
Very, very successful unconscious strategy then, or subconscious strategy, should I say. So yeah, anyone else that's watching this, would you have a message to them based on your first sort of experiences?
Yeah, I would say honestly, it's really difficult when you're first starting a business not to just kind of grab every opportunity that comes, because you're in a real famine mindset rather than a kind of feast, and you're just kind of like, oh, go for anything, pick anything, do anything. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can deliver that. And actually, we kind of kept taking breaths and being very conscious of, right, what do we need revenue wise for the first few months? How many clients do we need? And just grow. I know it goes against every sort of digital marketing strategy that's put out into the world these days, but it was really profitable and sustainable growth at a rate that we knew that we could sustain and deliver. So it's really difficult when you're in that famine. I always say to everyone starting a business, it's very stressful, but that curve will come as long as you approach it in the right way.
Fantastic. So in terms of sort of challenges that you've had along the way in the last sort of 3.5 years, Amy, is there anything that stands out to you?
I'd say honestly, for us, we've had a couple of big changes. Obviously, I'm sure everybody says this. It feels a bit boring to say, but hiring, growing a team, growing a business. I never really valued culture when I was a marketing director. I obviously did value the culture of my team and the business, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like a front of my mind thing. But obviously, when it's your business and you want to build a culture, actually hiring and embedding that culture within the business is much harder. I've now got loads more respect for people who are kind of head of culture and all that stuff. So I'd say that's been probably the biggest challenge for us, is growing quickly and maintaining everyone's happiness and, all having that right kind of mindset over the last couple of years, for sure.
Absolutely. So what I've seen this done very badly before, actually, where people have taken somebody on who have the right skill set. They haven't necessarily got the right personality or the right attitude. And then they've sort of, on their onboarding call that they've said, right, I'll explain to you our company culture. This is how we behave. This is what we do. Go, right, well, actually, that might not fit with the person you've just hired, right?
We hire everybody. Again, this is probably not what everybody does, but digital marketing, obviously you need a certain level of experience, but you can teach a lot of it and people can grow. We hire a lot of people on attitude. So we've hired 3 people with no digital marketing experience and started them right from the bottom and taught them everything we know, because we have all that. We have that skill set, we have that knowledge. And actually it's worked really well for us, but it goes against what everybody tells you. Everyone says, get really skilled people, get them in the business, they can take your work on. But actually it's worked really nicely for us the other way around.
Absolutely. As long as you've got the time aside to train people, or you've methodologies, it's fine. I totally agree with you. I'm on your side on this one without a shadow of doubt. I've seen too many people hire skilled individuals that actually, or in some cases, they go away and start their own business as well, which isn't necessarily what you want either, is it? Really?
It's actually really interesting, because I always say to people when they start, if you start an agency, I would be behind you 100%, because actually starting an agency is really, really hard. If you manage to make that successful, I'm super behind you. But it's actually a lot harder, I think, than people give credit for, or what I've experienced anyway. It's a lot harder than I thought.
Absolutely. It's building up the sort of know, like, and trust is really is a real challenge, right? And it's not, someone once said to me, slow down to speed up. But actually spend the time building the relationship with people first before too many people, as far as I can see, in terms of marketing and sales as well, ask for marriage on a first date. Yeah.
It's their favorite thing to do. Whenever we go into new campaigns, everyone says, I want a lead that will get on the phone the next day and convert. And I kind of say to them, absolutely, but did you meet your partner and marry them tomorrow? If you did, brilliant, but it's not necessarily the way we work as humans.
Absolutely. And if they did meet their partner and marry the next day or what have you, then it'll never last anyway, right? So, exactly. Apologies to anyone on the call that anyone did actually did it and has made a huge success of their marriage. So well done. Good stuff. So what would you say, and this is a really tricky question to ask you, Amy, but what would you say that you've learned about yourself through going through this process of starting a business, running it through COVID and out the other side?
Honestly, and it's probably not an answer you hear a lot, but I actually learned that I like myself a lot more in business than I did previously. When you are a senior leader in a business or a marketing director, you have to wear a certain hat and a certain face, and you don't have to, but generally in big businesses there's elements that come with that. And I wasn't sure how running a business as myself. I wanted to be authentic. I wanted to be who I am. And actually I've grown in confidence in all the different hats you have to wear, which I was like, can I do that? Sales and accounting. And actually I've kind of discovered that I'm me, myself, and I like this. I like myself. I like who I am in this business a lot more than maybe in previous roles that I did. So that's quite a deep answer for you. That's a deep answer for
It's a great answer. I've not had that one before. The ones that usually come up are resilience comes up quite a lot, and I expect most of us are no different in that sense as well. But no, that's really good. And so you came from more of a sort of corporate background before then, did you, Amy?
Yeah, so I was client side marketer, and honestly, that teaches you everything you need to know, skills wise. So that coming back to what you said, skills wise, bread and butter, delivering campaigns, being that person, absolutely there. But in terms of you growing as a leader because you run a business, that's like the mask is off. Like all the decisions you can blame it on the CEO. You can be like, oh, CEO made that terrible decision. Like, but the mask is off. You have to stand there and be accountable both to your team and to your clients. And you have to just be honest, 100% honest. And yeah, it's a great feeling. I was terrified at the beginning, but now I'm like all in for good chats and
Absolutely. So if we start to think about your ideal client, then obviously I'm sure you've met a couple of these people in the past as well. So what does an ideal client look like for you, Amy? What type of business? Maybe an industry sector, maybe a size of business, maybe their attitude. What do they look like?
Honestly, it's a really interesting, I will give you an answer, but I think it's a really interesting question because everybody said to us, and obviously I'm a marketer, so everyone said niche down, know who you're going after. And we absolutely do. For us, we straddle, so service businesses and e-commerce. Service businesses is the biggest part of our business. So B2B service businesses, tech, that kind of area, apps, all of that. Generally, they tend to be businesses who have got aggressive growth targets, either because they're getting investment or because they're doing very well and they need to, the trajectory of their growth needs to scale quickly. That is where we come in. We help people hit those targets in a, profitable and sustainable manner. So it's very predictable growth, which people, that's kind of who we go after.
Great, fantastic. So sort of you mentioned tech businesses. Do you work with many?
Yeah, we do. So we've got lots of app company tech businesses. So alternatives, I shouldn't say this because we work with Google, but alternatives to like GA4, Google Analytics, so system-based software. Yeah, lots of people in that space. So they want to acquire large volumes of users, either on subscription or kind of one-off purchases. And we do that customer acquisition essentially.
Got it. Okay. And what would a small but still interesting client look like for you as well?
Honestly, so the interesting thing is I give my time, again, as a business coach, you should probably tell me not to do this. But I give my time for free to anyone. So anybody of any size, of any business, we've worked across probably 350, 400 businesses now, plus my 20 years marketing director experience. Like, I will give time to talk about growth strategies with anybody because I believe anybody of any business of any size should have access to information about how to grow their business. I'm not saying paid media or digital marketing is a silver bullet because don't believe the ads that you see when people say that. It's all nonsense. But it could be an interesting thing for people to explore. So if anyone wants to book a call with me, I'm available. I love talking about it.
Lovely. So that takes me on to the final question for you. If someone wants to actually reach out to you right now or over the next coming days and weeks, how best can they reach you, Amy?
Yeah, just go to the website. My link's there. You can book a call with me. We can have a chat. So if anyone, has targets or they're looking to grow or wants to just learn more about digital marketing, then hit the link and off you go.
Good stuff. So what I'll do is after the interview, I will post in the comment section at the bottom your website address and also your LinkedIn your LinkedIn tag as well, so people can find you easily there.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
Great, of course.
Good stuff. Well, listen, Amy, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Really hope we can stay connected in the future. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. See you soon. Bye.